Hi there, it's me, Martin again. I know it's been a while since I've been on a video, but wild things been going on around the house. Been busy, 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 and I haven't really had a chance to sit down and talk with anybody. So I'm going to take just a few minutes and tell you what's on my mind. Um, week ago, a few days ago, it's been a while now, a little while ago, I got an email from somebody, and I get emails from people on my mailing list from time to time asking me questions, telling me different things that are going on. And I always try and respond to them, and I try to pay attention because it's just something that I try to do. I mean, if someone sat down and and went to the trouble to write me an email because they're on the list and getting messages that I'm sending them, then I could at the very least take the time to try and respond usefully. And I was really struck by this one message because it it, it hit something in me. And I'm not going to tell who the poor person was, or even really go into a whole lot, but just to suffice it to say that this person was in some financial problems, and I know we've all been there, probably more than once. Um, and through the tone of the letter, it was just the writer was so down, uh, so incapable of seeing any solution to the problem that they were actually talking about committing suicide. And I don't know this person personally. I don't know who they are, where they're from. I have their name and their email address, and they get my messages, and they may be seeing this video as I'm going to be sending it out to my list. But that message just struck me as how we can get so wrapped up in our problems that we don't see a way out. We keep trying different things. Um, we keep going back to things that we've tried before and trying it again, and we get no resolution to our problems. And anyone can find themselves in that loop of action and reaction. And if we're not finding the solutions from our actions, the reaction that we get isn't going to resolve anything. We're not going to get a relief from our problems, and that can become pretty depressing. And if we focus on that, we can get to the point where we don't see anything else in life, and perhaps even get down to the point of thinking about suicide. And when that subject comes up, the first thing I always try and tell people is go get help. There are places that you can go when you're feeling these kind of feelings and you have these kind of thoughts, where they will help you. Um, this is not, it's not a joking matter. It's not something that I take lightly, and and that was one of the first messages I gave in response. Is go find help. It's available. It's out there. All you have to do is go ask, and you can get some help for this problem. Um, Now, is this going to solve all of your problems? Well, nothing solves all of our problems. The only thing that we can really do is expand our toolbox, if you will, to give us better ways of dealing with the problems that we have. Because the truth of the matter is, once we solve one problem, another problem comes along. That's just life. Things come along. We get caught up in stuff. Different things happen. We have problems. Excuse me. But what we need to do is we need to find out what will solve the problems that we have right now. When we get into that loop, if we don't have the right resource, we don't have the right tool, if we don't have the right understanding, the right knowledge, then we're not going to take the right steps. We're not going to take the right action, and then we're not going to resolve the problem. and we're going to get right back where we have to try and do something again. And if we keep going back to the action that's not solving the problem, we're never going to get past that. So what I say to anybody is, one, if you've gotten down to the point where you don't think there are any solutions, well, first off, yes, there are. They're out there. You just have to find them. You have to ask and you have to look. And if you don't know where to look, then find out. There are a lot of resources that people just don't realize are out there. If you're having financial problems, then there are a number of different things. I mean, there are ways that you can take control of your financial life. If you're having other problems, personal problems, if you're having relationship problems, there are things that you can do. But the first thing you have to do is you have to start looking outside of your normal everyday actions to find the solution. Because the simple truth is this: if you have a problem that you can't fix, and everything you've tried hasn't worked, then everywhere you've looked hasn't had the answer. So you have to look somewhere else. You have to get out of the same thoughts that are keeping you in this problem. You have to do something different. If you want to solve a problem, we are where we are based on our own current best thinking. I got that from a guy named Tony Rush, who's a pretty smart guy, and I listen to what he says. And our current condition, now, things happen to us, and we may not be the person that actually caused the problem, but we are the person that is responsible for ourselves. And I love Tony's explanation of responsible, because I've spent years trying to find a good way to explain this idea, and this says it the easiest. Is responsible doesn't mean you're at fault. Responsible means you are the person who has the ability to respond. So first off, don't worry about fault, whose fault this is. If it's someone else's fault, if it's your fault, if you've done something to put yourself in the position, that's done. You are where you are for the reasons you're there, and the only thing that really matters is how are you going to respond to the challenges that you have in your life right now. You need to learn different responses, because different challenges require a different response. And you are the only person that can respond to the challenges of your life. Now, whatever those are, you're the only person that is able to respond. So it's up to you to find the right tools that you will use when you respond to that problem. If your action, if your response doesn't solve the problem, then you need to do something different. And if you need to go and look and find a place that can give you some different possibilities, that can point you to tools that you probably didn't know were even there and available, that you can then learn to use to solve your problems, then that's what you need to do. Because problems don't solve themselves. Issues will always come up, and you will always need to be able to respond to various things in your life. Now, if you're the person that sent me that email, I certainly hope that you have gone to get some help with that really deep depression that has put you down to the spot where you don't think you can continue living. Financial reasons are nothing to consider suicide over. Financial problems are resolvable. You can solve them. People do it all the time. You just have to learn how. If you're interested in learning some new tools to resolve some of your problems, both financial, personal, emotional, whatever, then there will be a link below this video if you're watching this on YouTube, and you can follow that, and it will take you to a place where you can join me, where you can learn some things about how to change the way you think about life, how you think about money, how you think about what you can and can't do. You can do so much more than you think you can. And no matter how much you think you can do, there's probably more you can do if you just open your mind to it. So join me, and let's go ahead and let's start filling our toolbox with tools that will help us answer life's problems, because everything has a solution. You just have to find it. Have a great day.